1,000 years ago, an unknown African civilization constructed an enormous, mortar-less granite fortress in the heart of southern Africa, leaving behind a mystery that still challenges archaeologists and historians today. Welcome to African Folklore Archives, where we uncover the powerful truths of history and heritage. For most of us, when we think of monumental African structures, we think of the pyramids of Egypt, or maybe the stone churches of Lalibela. We acknowledge them as marvels, but we often forget that the brilliance of African masonry and civilization extends far beyond the Nile. The common belief is that the monumental architecture of ancient Africa is largely confined to the north. That's what we know. But what if I told you about a colossal structure, built not with the labor of thousands of slaves, but by a powerful, organized indigenous kingdom? A structure so massive and expertly crafted without a single drop of mortar that for centuries, Western explorers refused to believe Africans could have built it. The reality is that deep in the highlands of southern Africa lies the silent, stunning evidence of the Great Enclosure of Great Zimbabwe. It is the largest ancient structure in all of Africa after the pyramids, and its true story is a powerful testament to the forgotten brilliance of our ancestors. In this video, we're going to step inside the mystery of the Great Enclosure. We'll look at the incredible facts of its construction, explore the three main theories of its purpose, from royal treasury to spiritual sanctuary, and reveal the archaeological evidence that finally confirms who the genius builders were. Stick with me, because this story is more than just history. It's a direct connection to a powerful past. The moment you first see the Great Enclosure, it challenges everything you know about pre-colonial Africa. It's a structure of granite walls that curve and climb, some reaching 36 feet high and over 16 feet thick. The wall runs over 800 feet in circumference, all of it built using dry stone masonry. That means precisely fitted granite bricks, stacked perfectly without mortar. This level of architectural skill is astounding, akin to the best stonework anywhere in the ancient world. The precision required is breathtaking. Our first deep mystery, and one of the most compelling, centers not on how the structure was built, but why it was built and who lived there. The consensus among archaeologists today is that the Great Enclosure, built between the 13th and 14th centuries, served as the royal residence and ceremonial center of the King of the Kingdom of Zimbabwe, the Mambo. But the sheer scale and deliberate design suggest something more. Why the massive, intimidating outer wall? It wasn't just a fence, it was a statement of authority and exclusivity. The enclosure likely created a sacred, secluded space for the ruling family and the religious elite. Inside, there's an inner wall, a maze of pathways, and the famous Conical Tower. This structure's purpose, in particular, baffles researchers. It stands 30 feet high, perfectly constructed, and hollow inside. Some researchers believe the tower was purely symbolic, representing a royal grain silo, which symbolized the king's power and ability to provide for his people. Others argue it was a place of ancestral worship or a phallic symbol representing male fertility and power, vital for a powerful king. This uncertainty about its primary function keeps the mystery alive. Think about the importance of seclusion and symbolism in cultural and spiritual leadership. What do you believe the Conical Tower truly represented? Was it for the body, or for the spirit? Drop a comment below and let us know where you are watching from and how you are doing today. Your subscription is also important. If this story has touched your spirit like it has mine, please hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell to keep the wisdom alive. Our stories deserve to be remembered. The most powerful truth about Great Zimbabwe is its connection to global trade, making it a hub of unimaginable wealth. This is the single best point that overturns the narrative of a disconnected Africa. The sheer scale of the building effort required a powerful, centralized state, and that power came from gold. Great Zimbabwe wasn't just a kingdom. It was the capital of a trade empire that controlled the gold trade across southern Africa. From the 11th century, gold mined locally was channeled up through this region to the port of Sofala on the Indian Ocean coast. Inside the ruins, archaeologists have found stunning evidence of this global connection. Chinese porcelain, Arab glass beads, and even coins from what is now modern-day Tanzania. This wasn't a local village, it was a cosmopolitan center, an international hub that managed massive economic exchange. The stone walls were essentially a physical manifestation of their immense wealth and control over the resource that drove medieval global economics. The Shona-speaking ancestors of the region, specifically the Gokamir of Jizo and later the Great Zimbabwe tradition, built this. We know this because the archaeological record, from pottery shards to house designs, links them directly to the stone construction. It was not built by Phoenicians, Romans, or the Queen of Sheba, as colonialists desperately tried to claim for decades. It was a purely African creation, a beacon of indigenous genius, fueled by international commerce. This ancient kingdom was a contemporary of the great European cathedrals and Asian dynasties, trading equally with them. It was a power center. It's a fact that should be known and taught. The sheer volume of the imported goods is astonishing. What other topic in African history or folklore do you think is currently misunderstood or baffles you the most? State it in the comments below, and I will research it and make a video on it. Another key element of the mystery is the spiritual function of the site. The kingdom's power was not just economic, it was also spiritual. The hill complex, the oldest part of the city, served as the principal sanctuary, but the Great Enclosure itself was infused with ritual significance. The tightly packed, mortar-less granite walls suggest a deliberate attempt to connect the structure to the natural rock formations of the area. This connection is vital in the Shona worldview, where nature and the ancestors are linked. The Maori religion, an indigenous faith, was central to the king's authority, and the enclosure was likely the stage for powerful, high-stakes ceremonies. Perhaps the most iconic and mysterious artifacts found are the 8 Zimbabwe birds. Carved from soapstone and placed atop tall monoliths, these unique birds are symbols of the nation. Their exact meaning is still debated, but they are most often linked to ancestral spirits, divination, or the totem of the king. 7 of the birds were recovered from the hill complex, but the powerful symbolism would have radiated down to the Great Enclosure, legitimizing the king's rule. The birds are a visual code, a lost language of spiritual power. The genius of this structure is that it combines political authority, vast wealth, and deep spiritual belief into one massive, unforgettable monument. The story of Great Zimbabwe is a story of African sophistication and power. We've traveled back to a kingdom of stone and gold. We've seen that the Great Enclosure, with its towering walls and silent conical tower, was an architectural marvel built by African hands, a testament to a powerful trade economy that connected the heart of the continent to the entire medieval world. The mysteries of its exact ritual purpose and the meaning of the Zimbabwe birds continue to invite us to learn more, to dig deeper into our heritage. This structure proves that African greatness wasn't a footnote, it was a cornerstone of world history. It was a thriving, organized, cosmopolitan society whose story deserves to be remembered with pride, historical grounding, and love. Now, which part of this story about the Great Enclosure did you find most intriguing? Was it the mortar-less masonry, the mystery of the Conical Tower, or the fact that this kingdom was trading Chinese porcelain? Let me know in the comments. If this story touched your spirit like it did mine, please like, comment, and subscribe. Your subscription is a direct support for this channel, and it means the world to me as my channel is still young and trying to grow. Thank you for watching, and may the wisdom of the ancestors always light your path. We'll see you next time on African Folklore Archives.